morning, paper crafters. This is Kelly. Welcome to my studio. I'm going to start learning to get things out of the way right away, so if you would please like this video, hit that little subscribe button, and if you click the bell, you'll get notifications of whenever I upload a new video. I am striving for a minimum of 1,000 subscribers so I can start doing lives. Today's video is all about the Mixed Media Challenge with Dear Julie here on YouTube. It's our May Mystery Mayhem Junk Journal Challenge. Say that 3 times fast, and you better be straight when you do, because you'll never spit it out otherwise. Okay, there were a list of 31 items, and we were to include 25 to 31 of them in this journal. Plus, we had 4 mini challenges, which I will link the blog posts for those in the description box below. I chose to do an envelope journal this time, and I want to thank Carol Tinson, So Carol here on YouTube, for showing me her way of doing the envelope journals. There are lots of ways to construct the base journal using envelopes and cards, and I really liked the way Carol did hers, and it fit this journal challenge perfectly. So, I'm not going to go in any particular order on things. Before I get into the journal, I'm going to talk about the elements that I made last night that needed to be done beforehand. So, we had to do, basically out of the 31 items, we could choose multiple of them at once, and that was what created the mayhem. The mystery was we didn't know what was going to be on the slips of paper when we drew them. I turned mine into media sticks, and if we pulled 3 to 5 of them, then that created the mayhem of how do we put these things together. So one of the first ones I drew last night was use of fabric, lined journaling space, and a playing card. So I used a playing card from the game Deal. It's a card game version of Monopoly. And I added some coffee dyed lined note paper for the writing space. And my fabric is a piece of fabric rose on the back and trimmed with rickrack and ribbon. Haven't quite decided where this is going in the journal yet, so it's off to the side. Next, this was not one of the sticks that I pulled, but it was left from the scraps I had laying on the table that I worked with. These are the botanic from Tim Holtz's Botanicals, some tea-dyed rose ribbon that I had, and grosgrain ribbon from Stampin' Up. I believe that is Old Oliver Mossy Meadow. And I used a EK Success Corner Punch to give me my decorative corners, and a Memory Dex card. That was just left from what I had laying on the table last night. Next, we had a pair of pockets. So for the pair of pockets, I used coffee dyed music paper. The elements are from Tim Holtz. These 2 are from Botanical, and these are from, I can't remember, but they're Tim Holtz. And I did a double pocket on the diagonal and slid elements, and then there's journaling space on the back of that one, and I left that one blank. So that was a pair of pockets. Next, I had a pull tab pocket, and that was just simply to have something that you had a pull tab to use to remove the element from the pocket. Again, I've got coffee dyed laces and music paper, and then the Botanicals are from Tim Holtz, and I matted this on a Rolodex card. I apologize if I'm going through these kind of fast, but we get our granddaughters tomorrow, so I've got lots to get done ahead of time. For this one, we had junk mail, a postage stamp, and a guest check. So I used a guest check as my base. This junk mail is the floral patterned paper from a One Spirit book club flyer. The postage stamp I fudged on. This is from Tim Holtz. Both of these are, and then my bling and a doily. and more of that ribbon. Then I had the doily, bling, and a receipt or ticket. So I used a couple of Tim Holtz elements for my backing here and the ticket, and the doily and my bling. Okay, everything else is in the journal. I had to use stenciling, and this is stuff I finished up this morning before filming this video. A bead dangle. So let's start with, there's the bead dangle. And I did this, see if I can get this off of here without taking it off. The silver beads on here are rosebud beads, and then some seed beads, and I hope I'm in frame here because I can't stand up and do this. So there was my bead dangle. I had to do messy thread. Let's do the cover here really quick while we're here. Cover was one of our items for the main part of the journal, and I used Stampin' Up! Paper, Paper Studios paper. I used a Tim Holtz buckle, some of the new Rococo Rose ribbon from Stampin' Up!, a piece of vintage lace, and Tim Holtz botanical card, and some lace that I got at Hobby Lobby. And then there is a one in here for a tassel, and this is the tassel that I did implementing the colors that I have in the journal, and a few little beads. Okay, so there's our cover. Oh, we were supposed to do there was a specific tag or pull for a fancy closure, and that's why I chose to do the buckle on this one. Okay, we had to use a napkin or tissue, so I did this napkin, and I added a metal butterfly from, I think it's a charm, I just got it at Walmart, and a heart crystal bling from Stampin' Up!, and I altered it on a Stampin' Up! Recruiting card. This was a collage paper and my stenciling. So that was the stenciling I did this morning. And you'll see in these, in constructing the envelope, I've also got another pocket here. I did not seal this one down so I could put a larger element under here. But after you glue your envelopes together, then you slit the side pocket just a hair, just enough to open it up. And then you have a place to put journals on the inside. And if you're using a card and envelope set, then this part would be the cards from your envelopes. And I rounded the corners on the backs so they would slide right in. So there's one of those for each of the 5 signatures I have in here. This was to be one of our mini challenges, to do a fussy cut image with string and a paper flower and a ticket and handmade washi. And so I did that, and I made a side pocket out of that one. Another pocket, we're pulling another signature out, and on this one we were to do messy thread, which is the thread behind the butterfly. The butterflies are from, this butterfly is from Stampin' Up! From our botanical butterfly, and these 2 elements are from Tim Holtz. And then we were to do a fussy cut image, and I did the butterfly twice, so he's got a bit of a shadow behind him, just like that, and he'll flutter up. So that was my fussy cut image. This was one of the things that I made using leftover from Paper Pumpkin. One of our items was to do a top tuck. So I have this where you can go up underneath the top. We were also supposed to do a paper ribbon ruffle, which I added to this one. And you flip it up, and then there's another tag spot underneath. And that was made from the leftover May Paper Pumpkin. The middle signature, this was our Member 4 mini challenge, and I'll link the video for this one down below. But we were to do a tassel, a signature dangle, a book pocket, a paper clip, and a belly band. And so those were things that I incorporated into this one. And I will link the video for the mini challenge below where I walked you through that one. It's like 7.5 minutes long. So there's that one. This was one of our mini challenges to do fussy cut items. Excuse me. To do a fussy cut item. Let's see. This was mini challenge number 2, to do a fussy cut image. Handmade, nope, that wasn't it. That was number 3. That was number 3. A guest check, messy thread, stenciling, a fussy cut image, and then something of our choice, and I chose to do the ribbon or lace ruche. Okay, and then that was another one of the journals to go into this spot. And then we were to do a lace pocket. That was here. We were to do a lace pocket. So I did this with some of the laces. These flowers are coffee dyed. They are from his and hers wedding collection at Hobby Lobby. And when you dye stuff in the oven, you use about 200 to 250. And I was surprised to find that the pearls did not melt. Then I did a tag off the back. This is from a Tim Holtz card, as well as this one, and the bird is from the May Paper Pumpkin, and then I added a journaling spot on the back. Another one of the journal inserts here, and then this was to do a layered collage using a, nope, this one. This was our first mini challenge, to use yarn, a square, a 1/2-inch strip of paper, words, junk mail, and a guest check sized base. And then I made a tag to go in here to do that one. So it had something with it. Okay, I feel like I missed stuff. The handmade washi I used from the Stampin' Up! Items that I did. There were a couple of those. We had to do a flat paper clip, so I used the leftovers from the paper pumpkin to do that. And there is a bird missing off of there. It is supposed to have one of the little birds. There he is. I'll have to glue him back on. But he had the little bird on him. I'll have to put him back on with Crystal Effects, see if he'll hold better. The layered collage, as I said, was my belly band. I guess I need to go through and do stamping really quick. I will add stamping right this very minute using our Good Morning. Nope, I put that away already. Let's use an image from Free as a Bird, which is one of our new stamp sets from Stampin' Up. And let's add the bird. That seems appropriate. And I'm going to stamp him in Mary Merlot. I think my Mary Merlot ink needs re-ink. So let's use chocolate chip. I know it's good because I had just re-inked it. And where shall we put the stamped image? Let's put the stamped image on here. Whoops. Let's do him right here. There we go. We have a stamped image. That works. Okay. And I'll have to go through and put him away. So there was stamping. And then we had the belly band. And metal is throughout here with the birds and the butterflies. Should be someplace else in here I've used handmade washi, but let's tuck this one. Oop, he's not quite, he's a little too wide for that one. Let's stick this one in there. Let's do that. And we'll tuck the top And then I've still got all of the inside pages that I can go through and add stuff to. Oh, we were to add a signature ties dangle, so I stuck this one in the center of one of the journals. There's my lace pocket. There are paper flowers throughout, here and here. A tassel any type, and I used the big one on the outside, and the handmade washi through here in a couple of different places. So that is my journal for the May Mystery Mayhem Junk Journal Challenge. And I will get this uploaded and turned in today. Of course, you know, because it's due today. And tomorrow, Dear Julie will be announcing the parameters for the June challenge. So I hope you'll hop over and join us. Just search Dear Julie in the... Actually, I'll put her link in the description box. And click on that and click the notifications, because then you will know when she uploads the video for the new challenge. When she uploads the video, she'll walk us through the parameters, and she will have a link to the May Facebook or to the June Facebook group. You'll have to go in and answer three little questions just so she knows where you came from. It helps us prevent trolls in our groups, and then it's a private group just for those of us doing the journal challenge, and she sets one up for every month. She also has lots of mini challenges through the month where we can do items and add them to our journal. And for those of us who complete the mini challenges, we have a shot at winning digital downloads from her Etsy shop. And then we're also invited to an online virtual party where she gives us a kit to work with during the virtual party, and we all play together. So lots of fun playing in Dear Julie's world. So I hope you'll come join us. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great weekend and creative blessings.